So welcome to another video here at Back to Classics, and today we're going to discuss this 1976 Ducati 900 Supersport in beautifully restored condition that is also going to be for sale. So without going into very much detail about the historical background of this model, you have to remember the 1974 and 75 Supersports. We're restoring one of each actually at the moment, and we've made some videos about that, so I'm sure we can put up a link to either one of these projects. But these 1974 and 75 Supersports, they were made in very large quantities and they were very specially made, so highly tuned and very special bikes. That were not even seen as a regular production model, in fact. So they were available throughout these years, but like I said, in very small quantities. So in 1976, that was the first model that was in sort of regular production, Supersport, and that is what we see here. So they made a few changes from the 1975 model that preceded it, and the biggest change was the frame, which was still based around the same principles, but with some changes here and there, some little details. But the big thing, of course, with the bodywork was a new fuel tank. In fact, this was the same fuel tank as was used on the 750 Sport in 1974. So that came back, steel fuel tank instead of a fiberglass one, which was mandatory in many markets Ducati was selling. So that was the reason why they changed that. Also, for the first time in 1976, there was a big issue with the legislation in the US, and they effectively banned right side gear change, and that was, well, a big problem for Ducati because all Ducatis were developed with the right side gear change in mind. So for 1976 they had to come up with a system that incorporated the gear shift on the left and the brake on the right. So that was done on this model as well. So foot pegs and the whole arrangement for the gear shift is all specific for this model year. Effectively the engine was still the same. So it was the 900 Supersport engine of 1975, based about the 860 GT square case engine, but with Desmo cylinder heads and 40mm carburetors. And well, that is the package as it was delivered in 1976. So going over this particular bike, this is a very nicely restored example. We've done a lot of work on it, but the owner of this bike did most of it. So we helped out with the restoration in many ways that we did. So that is how this bike is now presented. So let's go over a little bit of details on this very original example from 1976. So like I said, it's a very original example, this 1976 Supersport. So let's do a walk around. First the front wheel, which is the original Borani 4777 with Alpina spokes and the correct shaved calipers that were also used in 75. So that came back on that same model. You see that is machined calipers. Going over to the headlight. That's the Aprilia JOD headlight in there with the blue metallic painted fairing, specific for the 900 Supersport. The 750, which was also available, received the silver painted fairing with the blue stripe, and this is how you can recognize a 900 Supersport, because that has the blue fairing with the silver stripe. So as you can see, beautifully painted fuel tank, original steel fuel tank with the original Orlandi fuel taps on there. Going to the PHM 40mm carburetors. And the foot pegs and the whole arrangement for the rear brake, specific also for this model year, because they changed that in the 77-78 model year to a different arrangement. So this is the correct arrangement for the 1976 models and only used in that year. Conti exhaust. Also in the rear, the correct Borani 4777 with Alpina spokes, silver painted. Correct Marzocchi rear shocks. And again here the shaved caliper, of course. And here you can see the inscription on the wheel rim. And again the gear change on the left side of the bike with the crossover rod coming from the right side in order to be able to sell it across the world this way. So let me show you the dashboard. Also 100% correct Veglia instruments in there. New switches for 1976 were these CEV type switches. Again, differed from the earlier version. So that about this bike so far. Again, never mind the dog, people. Doesn't like bikes. No, 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 no. So there you have it, beautifully restored 1976 900 Supersport, very well sorted out, riding absolutely as a dream. So well, correct in every little detail. So be sure to check that out if you ever dreamt of owning one of these 1970s icons, because this bike is up for sale. We'll put a link in the description where you can find more details on this bike on our website. So that wraps up this little video. We hope you very much enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to check out other videos on this channel and be sure to like and subscribe. So we thank you very much for watching. Toodledokie. See you next time.